My name is Jeffrey Smith. I'm the president of the Evesham Historical Society. I've been president probably maybe 18 years. Just not sure how many that's been. Well, the organization started probably back in the 1980s, and they were just meeting in individual homes, that type of thing, and they wanted a building that they could call home. So this place came available. It was slated to be torn down by the development that was being built around here. And I had a cousin who was the mayor of Medford, and he was born in this house, and he wanted the house to be saved. So he was the executor for the estate of the Higginbotham family, and he said he wanted the place saved to donate it to either the township or to an organization that would restore and keep the home up. That's how the Evesham Historical Society got it. So we've been in the process over the past 20-25 years in the restoration of the building, the upkeep of the building, and we do have help from the township for that. Over the years, we have done the porch on the front of the house, the wraparound porch. We rebuilt that. They put new roofing in there when they first took the building over. We've had it painted several times, twice now, I believe. We've had the butcher shop, which is right behind us here, restored, and had it moved to this property back in 1998, 99. Let's see, we had a butcher shop or a privy in the back, which we've had restored at the same level of restoration. The Boy Scout groups have helped us out with a lot of the work in this building of the butcher shop and the privy, and the front porch being painted. A couple of the scouts were using it as their Eagle badge quota that they wanted to meet. The original spot of the butcher shop was in the center of Marlton on Main Street, about 3 properties down from where the existing firehouse is now on Main Street. We use the property for more of a museum than anything. We give tours once a month here when we have our monthly meeting. We use it for raising funds to help sustain the building's maintenance and so forth. We give Victorian teas in the spring and fall when we weren't having the virus knock us down that way. And we do Christmas green sale in the beginning of December, which is a big fundraiser for us. In the last year or two, we've been trying to do a lot of the archiving of all the items that we have in the house, and we have a lot of items in the house. With some of them we have to deaccession them, and we're in that process now of being that we have computers and we're in the computer age, and it makes it a lot easier in trying to get that job done there. Right, well, we do work with the Scout programs. We also work with the schools. We have a program called Trunk Show, and where we take a bunch of items, usually in a container or something, which we show to the students. Some of them we ask questions if anybody knows what it is. If not, we go ahead and explain what the items might have been used for back in the late 17th and 18th century, going into the 19th century. After that, we really try not to have a lot of items from the early 20th century. Homeschool, where we have, they'll bring in students, especially homeschoolers, where they'll take them on tours through the house and explain to the students what different things were used for, and also asking them questions if they knew what items were used for, especially some of the weird looking things that we might have, and we don't even know what some of it is. I guess the biggest project we have coming up now, we have an architect that's a historic architect that they're going through the building, telling us what needs to be done and in the order that we're going to have to do it. And just to keep the building in a state of good repair. Right now it's in fairly decent repair, but it does need a lot of work done on the third floor especially, and possibly some of this work in the basement of the building.
Both the privy and the butcher shop, we were very sensitive in trying to make sure we used materials that looked like they were authentic from that time. So the privy it has about a 6-foot high chimney on top of it. The other thing that's significant, I've never seen that before, the other thing that's significant was it's a family privy. It has 4 seats in it, not separated by anything, and 3 are for adults and 1 is for children. It's always interesting when we take the kids through there and they see that. And to make sure that nobody uses it, we put some plexiglass over the holes. On the butcher shop, we did the same thing. It was in really pretty poor shape, and we made sure that any preservations that we made were consistent with the style at the time. We have what looks like a tin ceiling up there, which is actually plastic, but it looks like the typical tin ceiling that you would see. And we also had to replace the floor and do some work on the sides. But we were very sensitive to make sure that what we did do was to be consistent with the time that it was there.
We did get a grant from the Cultural Trust to pay Margaret Westfield, who was the architectural historian, to do the survey of the whole property, or the whole house especially, and getting that work done. So it was a nice lump sum that we got from the trust for that process, and Margaret Westfield is in the process of doing the whole job now.